Hi all, this is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather has been beautiful. First real true spring-like day. I noticed I'm freezing a little bit. That's not a good sign. Verizon, unfreeze Dr. J. Okay, are you guys seeing me all right? Real Ronnie, we got a drink to SRNE, I suppose, right? Shout out to Musketeer and Port Royal and Beanbag and all the other loyal Geronites. Geron had itself a day today. Anybody in Geron? Geron cost me a lot of money, but I'm tempted to get back in soon. It hasn't taken out its $1.81 interim high, but it's close today, $1.79 on a pop. I forget what the news was, but that was a nice hell of a move. Nothing like the move Sorrento made, of course. You know something? I think I picked every runner. It's just incredible. Hobbs won. I think he's my biggest fan on stock twits. And he keeps on praising me about another runner. I'm beginning to think that all I have to do is mention a stock and it runs. I must be the reason that it's running. Why did I put Yep on the board? Clarence is here, our resident expert from upstate New York. Sean is here. The Buddha Vlogs is here. Good evening. Pete is back. What do you want? Woohoo on SRNE. Oh yeah, woohoo! That's good. Woohoo! And Tian Tran says, "Good evening, Dr. J from Georgia." Georgia defies all logic. You're allowed to go into the tattoo parlors, and the COVID-19 goes down. So maybe you got to let people get tattoos. Kamal, summer is here finally. Good to see you, Kamal, as always. I sold all my SPY today. What is this? Nude beaches? You're going to get me X-rated from Yahoo or something. Jackie, what does Jackie have to say? Jackie always is so sweet. Hi, Dr. J and Jake. Happy Friday, SRNE. Jake is now official. I think Jake is short SRNE as of $8. I sold mine in 2 batches. I'm out. Sometimes you got to take the money and run. I charted it. I'll show you where to get back in if you did what I did. So hang in there. My number one pick of the week. I'm gonna type it. I didn't chart it yet, but this is my number one pick. Not of the week, for the rest of the year, maybe. In terms of like almost a sure thing, I think. I don't see how they could miss. All of this is in my humble opinion. My ideas are strictly me, as is my good buddy Jake. Jake, our ideas are strictly our own. Our idea. Nobody tells you anything, right? You don't get insider info.
Yeah, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment. The only one who tells you anything is who?
My dog.
Jay tells you things.
Yep.
Your dog tells you. Two barks and you buy. 1 bark and you sell. Is that the system?
Yeah.
What's the system? Are you still short SRNE?
I am. And I predict that, I mean, they have like a $1 billion or 1 billion share shelf. So this company is like one of the largest pump and dump of all time. I mean, most people on there don't even understand what in vitro is. Um, my prediction is that by Tuesday they're gonna do an offering, if not
Let me
sooner.
correct. Let me just correct you about one thing. Most people out there maybe don't know what in vitro is, but everyone who watches Dr. J and Jake, they all know.
Yeah,
We have
that's right.
a sophisticated bunch.
That's
We have
right.
a very sophisticated bunch. So that was my only correction. Everything else you said, I don't disagree.
Yeah, let me tell you a story about this company. Right, the last time they did a pump and dump, they released what's essentially is a fake buyout offer. So they did a PR that a company was interested in buying them out at $7 per share when they were around 3 or 4. Price went up, nothing happened, and then they did it again. I mean, the company is yeah, is borderline criminal. So
Yeah, they also did a PR that they're going to be partnering with somebody in China. That never happened.
yeah,
But the only thing I can tell you in defense of the company is Mount Sinai is a thing.
yeah.
So they're in with a really reputable hospital.
That's true. The thing is, like the company has 1 month of cash left. They haven't done anything of substance for 10 years. And then, once again, when they have 1 month runway left, they happen to beat everyone else in a coronavirus study. I mean, it's just crazy. Is
I
they're
totally, 1,000% agree with you. I sold every one of my shares, but I didn't want to short it because I just don't short stocks. I've gotten bitten too many times.
Yep.
So
Well, we
I
do
just
puts.
stay away. Because stocks are sometimes irrational. They should go down, but yet they go up, and then you're stuck. And no matter, if you short some more, you can get stuck even more. It's vicious, very
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah, very
Unless you
dangerous. Bio.
unless you do the puts are another thing. Yeah, another. That's the way to do it. You only could lose what you put up.
Yeah. Yeah, puts are where to go, especially with bio. I mean, I wouldn't do naked short either.
Clarence knows better than we do. Clarence is our resident guru from upstate New York.
Oh,
There's
sweet.
the thing. If there's some piece of information you want to know, ask Clarence. I learned already. Ask Clarence. Clarence is one of our more knowledgeable viewers.
Good.
I shouted out. I gave a shout out to Musketeer, Port Royal, and Beanbag for sticking it out with Geron up like 70% today or something like that. Big pop.
Yeah.
The old Geron.
Oh, yeah. Does that bring back bad memories for you?
Yeah, it does, but it closed at $1.79. The interim high is $1.81. So if it pops that high, look out.
Yeah.
Should we chart this one? My thoughts on athx
Well,
is short term, maybe not so good,
hmm.
but I'm not selling a single share. You
What's the
sold, right?
why did
You took
Geron?
some fluff PR that didn't make too much sense to me.
Uh,
I don't even remember what it was, but it didn't make too much sense for being the
uh,
reason. But I don't think that was the real reason.
yeah. Uh, Yeah, it's pretty fluffy. Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
getting.
I don't remember what it was, but it was didn't impress me to make that kind of a move.
Hmm.
Linda, how you doing on fuel cell? Don't laugh because Linda's made good money on fuel cell several times.
Several times.
Times.
Yeah, that's
Several
interesting.
times. She's like a
I've
fuel
never gotten
cell expert. So don't think I'm making fun. I mean it. Anybody who can make money several times on fuel cell is a good stock picker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the real reason why John popped.
Yeah.
The
Partnership reward.
buyers, yeah.
I mean, that's
That's,
interesting, but you know, now I'm too burned from
you
Geron.
know who our biggest fan on stock Twitch is Hobbs, Hobbes1. He went with us on SRNE again, and he says I pick every runner. He's just going crazy on that board. He's embarrassing me. He's flattering me.
Yeah.
Should I be embarrassed?
No.
You know how hot I am. Do you know how hot I am, Jake? I'm so hot that all I have to do is mention a stock. I don't even have to say I like it. I could just mention it, and it runs the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
That is hot.
You mentioned SRNE to me. Was it last night or the day before?
Wednesday, I told you I'm buying 5 stocks. One of them is
Oh.
SRNE. And you said you were going to buy the same 5, and then you didn't do it.
Yeah, no, I totally didn't do it. I forgot. No,
You didn't forget. Oh, you didn't forget. It was like 15 minutes before the close. You just decided Jay is funny in the head with SRNE. I'm not laying off that one.
I mean, we were buying like 5 different companies that day. We're buying
I
CVM,
bought 5.
bcrx. Yeah,
MMM.
Yeah. What else was it?
I don't remember, but I know they all went up.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
Yeah, CVM, bcrx.
codx.
Which one?
codx was one of them, right?
Oh, codx. Yeah. Well, I lost money on codx.
Well, the problem with codx is when I told you about it, it was already 22.
Yeah, and then I bought on the dip, and then it went down even more. So
yeah. No, I told you about it before the move to 28, Wednesday. But I didn't realize it was 22 because I didn't look. But 3M is my pick for the next 6 months. Amazon and 3M, I love them both. I like 3M number 1. I don't think you could lose money with 3M. I think the analysts have underestimated their earning potential with PPEs and disinfectant, not to mention disinfectant. They're gonna blow the lid off of earnings in the second quarter, along with Amazon. Now Amazon is near an all-time high, and 3M is way down for the year.
Yeah, 3M might be a good one actually.
So I wanted to buy 3M at 132. That was my target price. But I got tied up in Eastern Long Island. I went to visit my daughter on Wednesday. I got tied up. It was yesterday. So I missed the dip to 130. So I wound up buying it this morning at 135. But I think it's good for 160, 180, somewhere between them. Those 2 months.
Really? Within the next 6 months?
No, within the next 2 months, 3 months.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Marty Marty asked us about industrial cleaners because Jake brought it up.
No, it was.
Marty's talking SRNE. But Marty also likes FLDM. I like it myself. I bought some. I'm down on it.
Yeah, me too.
Already.
But approval should be any day now, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So it was APDN filed for approval like 2 days before us, and they got their approval today. So if you follow the same time frame, it should be within the next 1 or 2 days.
I hope so. Maybe I'll buy some more. Marty, did you buy FLDM? Marty said we should investigate it for him. Well, it looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. I'll stay in that one.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some stocks. Why do you say athx is not good? It's been holding strong. It has been holding strong, and I don't mean that it's not good. I just think in the odds race, it may not come out on top, and that might hurt it. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it's going very far up from here for a while until Japanese news of some kind or another. Maybe another month. Just my gut. I'm talking more gut than brains. Sometimes that's better. Sometimes you listen to your gut. My gut tells me that it's not going to do much. Maybe it moves up a little, maybe moves down a little, but I don't think it'll do much for a while.
I'm not going to play athx for the COVID deal.
But you did make money. You made money on athx, right?
Yeah, I did. I sold out.
All right.
But I'll be back around September, October.
Yeah, for the big one, the big decision, the stroke decision.
Yeah.
How do you get out on time? You get old. In my case, you get old and gray, and you just know. I don't know about Jake. How do you get out on time?
Well, I mean, I'm not a day trader, but for me, I know what catalyst I'm gonna sell on. So that could be data, that can be like a PDUFA, that could be anything. Now, I mean, sometimes you feel it too, but for me, it's strictly on events. So
you sell the news mainly, right? You sell the news.
Yeah, I mean, I'm disclosing my strategy here, but for the most part, I stay in for the news, especially with bio. Yeah. Now, if there's a surprise news, in the middle, I might get cute with it and sell the surprise news and then come back for my real catalyst. That's typical.
Kind of like athx. I think the real catalyst is stroke.
Yeah.
Not COVID.
Yeah, but we got a nice little surprise with the COVID play in the middle. So, yeah.
I'm enjoying the $3. To me, it's gravy.
Yeah. That's for the most part. There's like recovery plays too, right? With undervalued bios. So that's a different thing.
Tobias says we should look at Lineage, sell Therapeutics. What do you think? Does Dr. J have a position in that or not?
I say you don't. I used to be in this one.
You know I have a position in that one. I have a position in everything.
Wait, you do? You have a position in this? Really?
I think I have a position in everything.
Yeah, you probably do.
I've had this since the BTX days. Since Jaron gave me shares,
Oh wow.
So I've suffered through a lot of misery with this one.
Yeah, I would
I
agree.
don't know. I don't know if it'll bleed out totally, but it could. It could give back. It could give back.
Yeah, if
Bleed
you want.
out is probably
Yeah.
bleed out. Bleed out might be too strong a word, but it could. It could. It could leak some. How's that? A little leakage is quite likely. Not bleed out though. It's not going back to 118. It's not bleeding out. So because data is getting too close, Japanese data is getting too close. So it's not bleeding out.
Mm.
Let's take a quick look at some charts and wrap it up with our best picks of the week. All right,
Yeah.
that's how we'll wrap it up.
Include
I'll share.
include bcrx on the charts.
Sure,
Yeah.
that might be the best pick of the week.
Yeah, it might be. Mm.
Where is it? There we go. Let's get rid of that. Amazon is hugging that upper trend line. You know, there's been bears jumping on this one, and they've been growling and roaring and whatever bears do, but they can't huff and puff and knock this house down. So it's holding tough. And in my opinion, 3,000 by the end of the year. I've said it early in the year. I've said it every bit along the way. I'm not changing my mind. 3,000 by the end of the year. Well, can it get back a little? Of course. I don't think it will. I added today. I added. I think. I forget exactly what price. The most I ever paid for Amazon, 23.60. I think. I never paid that high a price. But I didn't add that much, so it's not affecting my average. I love Amazon. It's never a wrong time to buy Amazon. When in doubt, buy Amazon. Anything positive you have to say, you can just say. SRNE next. I'll tell you where to end your books. Stop putting at 560. That would be my target. If I wanted to re-enter, I would re-enter at 560.
Wait.
But if I'm short, I would look to cover at around 560.
Nah.
It's liable to have another run. You don't want to get caught. Despite it being up after hours, I suspect you get very little more up on the upside on this move. You won't get it. You won't break 9 on this move. It's going to pull back, in my humble opinion. So where does it pull back to? I do 2 lines. The 560 area and the 509 area are going to be support, if there's support. If not, it'll totally collapse. But I wouldn't be a pig on this short. I would cover right around here. In my humble opinion, 560 would be a buy signal, not a short signal. If it goes through that, 509, if you still think it's got another run in it. But I would probably buy once on this one, 560. If it turns around and makes me a few bucks, great. If it doesn't, take the loss below 509 rather than add. That's how I would play it. If I play it. I'm not saying I will. But if I re-enter, 560. So that'll give you a number to think about, Jake. CVM. The chart says,
CVM.
It's I played with that spreadsheet that I sent you, and I was going to send it out to everybody, but I got too lazy. People have been asking me. I sent it to Mark, and I sent it to a few other people, but I gave up because too many people started asking me for it, and it was taking too much time. So I'll just show it quickly on the screen. Why I think it's very unlikely that they miss. They could. The chart is very nice. All it's got to do is take this out for a short-term pop. Takes out 1658, and we probably make new highs. And that's very possible. But then again, it is tough resistance right up around there. So it may not. It may just sit. And it may just fill this little triangle and then decide to retreat or move up. I'm not sure. But my guess is, I think it'll probably move up. I think there's a lot more optimism than pessimism. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 18 to 20 before the data is released.
Yeah, there's been a
Yo,
lot of institutional buyers lately. CVM.
Yo 18. I'll show you the spreadsheet. Not that it's anybody could do this. It's not a stroke of genius on my part. It's not a sophisticated thing what I did. It's just a little simple spreadsheet. And I plugged in and I said, what does it take to be a loser? It takes too much to be a loser, as far as I'm concerned. What it takes to be a loser, for example, is a dropout rate of 0.25% in the standard of care arm, and then a dropout rate of 20% on the multi-kind arm, and a very, very low event rate of 51%. Then it could be a loser. There are other combinations that'll make it a loser, but very few. The thing is, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion, and Gert doesn't agree with me, so I'm disagreeing with the CEO. My opinion, the dropout rate will be somewhere around 20% plus, and it may not be distributed evenly between the two arms. And the reason for that is just based on the fact that the trial took so long. The average person in the trial was in it about 4.5 years after being dosed, according to my guess or estimation. And according to the djia database, about 60% probability that they'd be dead. So, so based on that, it's very unlikely that it could lose. It's possible, anything is possible, but if it does miss, I think it misses fractionally, like right about here.
Okay.
That's about the only way.
Very confident after you made this Excel sheet. I mean, it changed your attitude completely.
Yeah, once I saw it in black and white, these numbers, I started buying more CVM.
Now, here's the question for you.
Yeah.
So time frame, right? I mean, that's probably more unclear than whether or not data would be good or bad. I mean, that's probably what's on my mind, right? So you think that data lock is 3 weeks and then another 3 weeks for analysis, right?
Well, Tim Graham, who I respect, informed me that these independent statisticians will be given up to 3 weeks. I respect his knowledge. If he says that, I'm going to go with that.
Wait, who's Tim?
I have no. Tim Graham is someone I talked to on StopTwits, and very knowledgeable fellow.
Okay.
He was on with us.
It's 3
He
weeks.
was on with us on Friday, last Friday. So based on that, I have no other way of guessing. So my guess would be 6 weeks.
6 weeks since the 298 was announced.
Yeah.
So 4 more weeks.
Yeah. Very tight, right?
Yeah, it's tight. So up to 3 weeks for the stat people, and then 3 weeks for the lockdown.
Yes, that's what my understanding is. I'm not sure that that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Gert is playing the time frame really close to his chest.
Yes, he won't say. Neither will Gavin.
Yes.
They don't know. It could be 4 weeks. It could be 5. It could be 6. I don't think it's more than that. I was pitching around with Gavin. I said, Gavin, are we talking weeks? Are we talking months? Yeah, I couldn't get anything out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Gert and the company, particularly Gavin, got together and was like, "Hey, we're not giving any estimation on the time frame."
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Interesting.
3M.
Yep.
3M.
I mean, this is the one keeping me up at night. It's the huge binary. So, but I'm becoming more and more relaxed as we move on.
You know, it is a little scary. It's kind of like when you're betting on Secretariat at 1 to 10 odds. Secretariat lost 3 times in his career at 1 to 10 odds. And that was the greatest racehorse that ever lived. So you never know.
Yeah, never know. But it's good odds.
But I think the risk-reward ratio is very good. Let's see. 3M, it had a beautiful candle here yesterday. And a nice follow-up, turnaround, long red-green candle. I'm going to buy some more on a dip. I expect a dip midway in this body of the green candle. I'm adding. I didn't buy enough 3M to satisfy my hunger for it. So I'm going to add 3M. I'm not a call player on this one. I want the dividend. I want the yield. It's close to 1% a quarter now. It's a nice yield, 4% on the year. I'm happy. I'm not as aggressive as you are, so I'm happy. I'm happy to make my 4% and maybe get another 20% move up or more.
I'm gonna buy 3M on Monday.
By the end of the year, 3M could be 200. Besides the yield. Look, it's coming. The high of the year is 180. I really like this one. I think it makes up all of this ground to 163. That's my first target. That'll happen on or before earnings of the second quarter, which comes out, in July? So second quarter, April, May, June, sometime in July. Yeah. I absolutely love 3M. What could I say? I really, of all the blue chips, Amazon and this one are probably my two favorites right now. This one more than Amazon.
Wow.
Because Amazon is so high, relatively speaking, and this one is so low, relatively speaking. I sold all my spiders. S&P. I'm nervous about the S&P, so I got out of them. And I'm buying more Amazon, more 3M, maybe even more Walmart. I'm defensive short term. Should we wrap it up? Well, bcrx, and we wrap it up, right?
It's going to be higher than pre-COVID level. I mean, it should be, right?
What?
3M should be higher than pre-COVID level.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because it still isn't. So it has some room.
People underestimate how much what their earnings is going to be. I think they're going to kill it, really kill it. Second quarter.
Yeah.
Along with Amazon, along with UPS, they're all going to kill it. As much as it's baked in, it's not baked in enough with Amazon.
Yeah, so
they're
this
going to kill it like
my brain space more so than CBM, at least for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is a very nice play. It's setting up nicely. The chart looks excellent. It's following this upper trend line beautifully, and it's tearing away from it now. It's looking very nice. Why not take out the high up here? It looks very likely. The high was, I don't know what it was, $7 or something. The chart looks nice. On a pullback, where does it pull back to? The middle of this candle on a pullback. My machine is not cooperating with me. So the middle of that candle would be 470 to 508. 490 would be the low that I see. And that's nothing, right? 490 would be a great entry point if you're not in it, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. The issue with waiting on the dip for this one is that we're waiting on the result from the part 1 of the trial, and that trial is supposed to end this Monday. So the data could come any day now, right? Like literally any day. And we're talking about trial for a drug that's similar to remdesivir, except you can take it orally and it's less toxic and easier to manufacture. So it could go parabolic upon that news.
I'm not going to chart anything else, but let's talk about FLDM a little bit. You and I are both in it. We're both bullish. FLDM.
Yep.
Let's see what Heath has to say. Heath is without Heath, I feel like we can't proceed. You know. Hey Heath, glad to see you. Single cab Steve is here. I hope you didn't buy a medallion in New York City. I pity those guys. Ramesh joined us today. So,
good call.
Ramesh likes seal. Yeah. Nice pick.
Yeah, good call.
We have very, very knowledgeable, astute viewers. I learn more from them than sometimes I learn more from them than they do from me. And that's fine. I want to learn from them.
Yeah, I was talking about bcrx, Clarence.
Dave wants to treat us on beer and burgers.
Yeah, in Carmel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Carmel.
So,
Nice place.
you know what? I got to give Dave, we have to give Dave some really good ones. So we'll throw in some unlimited Coca-Cola. Go with it. I like my Coke with the burger. Right? Or maybe some cheese. With or without cheese, it doesn't matter. Do you care?
I don't care.
Do you like your burgers with or without? To me, it's all the same, with or without it. It's okay.
Yeah, sounds good for tonight, though.
Yeah, there's a good burger place, chain, a steak chain, Outback near me, not too far away. I like these Outbacks. I like the Applebee's. I must have simple taste, you know. I don't like fancy restaurants. I like the traditional family restaurants.
Carmel has some great places, though.
Yeah, I mean, when I go out to the Hamptons, my daughter drags me to all the fancy restaurants. I say, "Can I get a plain burger?" I want my burger. You know, that's all I want. I don't need the fancy food.
Yeah, nothing beats tried and true.
Yeah, tried and true burger. Give me a good burger. With some good fries or baked potato. Simple taste. So SRNE, we figure on a pullback. I figure on a pullback. What else? What did we forget to mention that we should have before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we're both very bullish on.
How about miso? M-E-S-O.
Yeah, miso. I'm in miso now, finally. So I'm with you on that one.
And if you own miso and you own athx like me, you have to own a little PSTI just in case. So you got to own all three of them, Floristem. In my humble opinion, I'm not going to say in my humble opinion anymore because, to be honest, it's not humble. I'm an arrogant son of a bitch.
Good. Yeah,
what's with this fake humility? All right, this will bring me down to earth. Now he knows one of my losers. I'm still in it. I haven't added lately, but it's since like 77 cents. I'm tempted at 77 trombones to add a few. Eventually, they'll get word from the FDA, but months instead of weeks.
Back, right?
Yeah, they pushed it back.
Did he say when?
Dr. J got a haircut on XXII, definitely.
Wow. Did he say when the?
I think they're talking 3 months instead of like middle of May.
Okay.
So that would be June, July, August.
It's not bad.
Something like that. But I've been hearing, 3 weeks and 3 months for about 3 years with this company.
Oh, wow. Huh.
They've had new CEOs every other week, that kind of thing.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I think they have decent management now. I'd have to check them out a little bit more. Lynn, I promise you, Wednesday, or DM me at your chest. I'll take a look. I'm just not in the mood to do any more charting tonight. What other stocks should we have talked about or should we have charted? I'm trying to think.
I sold my DraftKings. There's that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
And
great earnings call.
VTIQ hit 30. Now I saw it at 22.
Nice. Wow.
All right, Wednesday. Remember Seal for Wednesday. Ramesh, show up on Wednesday. I'll do it first thing. Or just send me a DM at church. All right, so we're going to say goodnight. I guess so. Hasta la vista. Das vidania. Walmart. I added some Walmart today. I forgot. All the crazy things I did. I added more Walmart. Conservative.
That is.
Linda, you have a wonderful weekend. And tell me when to buy that fuel cell. Give me a hint. Pete, thank you for coming. I love online chats. My favorite, so I like it a lot. I'd rather chat with people than chart even. Chatting is more fun than charting.
Sometimes.
Have a great weekend, Ramesh. Thanks for coming, Lynn and Kamal and all the usual suspects. See you all Wednesday. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.